Well, ever since I was a kid, I listened to like a lot of records and stuff, and I don't know, I just grew up with it. Like I have a couple of other musicians in the family and stuff like that, so yeah, I don't know, just kind of runs in the family a little bit, and I've always had a love for music, so. Man, it's funny because like we don't describe ourselves as a 70s style band. Because I mean, we end up like sounding like that after it's all said and done, like the recordings and stuff. But for the most part, it's just like we like the 70s and we listen to all the 70s people like Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, and I don't know, I guess it bleeds through whenever we play our music. And the hairstyles are pretty cool, so. The whole process of creating it and writing it and stuff came very, very fast. We got the band together for the first day. That's when we wrote Going Back Home. It was like just on the spot that day. And the rest of the 3 other songs on the EP were recorded over the span of probably maybe 2-3 weeks. And then we started just playing them and eventually saved up enough money to start recording. I was happy to get it done by Mike Gilland over at Augie Reed Studios, and just working with him and really how the mix sounds in the album and like how it's, you know, mixed and mastered and stuff. That's like hearing our music in such good quality and stuff it's great. Yes, it does. And it's in there if you can find it. We played at Backspace over in Arkansas one night, and that ended up being a crazy night. I think 2 people got knocked out, and one guy got, it was just like a big fight happened, and it's kind of funny though, because we were on stage while it happened and we were watching it all go down. But yeah, that was probably my favorite moment. Yeah, just don't cover Black Sabbath in Arkansas. They do not like it. Yeah, it's basically just to keep doing this until we croak. Basically, I mean, just as long as I can keep playing music and everything goes good and I have a meal on the table the next day, that's what I live for. You can find our music on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Prime, etc. Basically everywhere online. And then as I look to my guitarist behind me, Josie Records, I think, which is a record store in Tulsa where you can pick up our CDs.
Me and Garen met in high school, and when we met, we had like a similar music taste. We ended up telling a bunch of people in our school and just like on Facebook and stuff that like we were a rock and roll band and we played a lot of shows downtown, and it was just like a little white lie. It was funny. And then we get a call from like one of our friends, and he says, "Hey, I booked you guys a show at the Vanguard. It's in like 2 weeks." And I was like, "Oh." So I told Garen, I was like, "Hey, we actually have like a show. We got to be like a real band now." And we basically like had to force ourselves to like learn how to write songs. And we did it, and we played the show, and it was weird, but it was really fun, and we decided to keep going with it. But that was for like our first band, The Flood. But we've had a lot of music projects since then, but this has by far been the most successful. There was a musician and producer, Leon Russell, and he was from Tulsa, and he recorded with a lot of big names like J.J. Cale and Eric Clapton. And we asked him permission whenever we first formed the band, and we said, hey, or actually it was Garen's mom, he like emailed him or somehow, I don't know, it was like his manager, and she asked if we could have like use his band name, The Shelter People, as ours because it was like the name of his album. And he was like, yeah, like, have all my blessings, basically. I'm just inspired by like anything that's loud. Really, I have a lot of inspirations. It's too many to name, but I do have like main ones, and I guess that would be just most of like the blues rock guitar players of like the 60s and 70s. I'm just really stoked to start recording an album, and I hope tonight goes really well, and I think it will. Really, really excited for tonight. I know everybody else is too.